Hello, my name is Yorick. Welcome to the Rob Rivers Horror Show, where everything horror gets us stabbed at. Will they survive or become one of the dead? Let's find out what he's going to look at today, shall we?
And hello, everyone, and welcome to the Rob Rivers Horror Show. I am your host, Rob Rivers. Hope you are well and everything that is around you is doing great. I have had somewhat of a bad week. Last Saturday, I broke my toe, and it will take 6 to 8 weeks for it to heal. So please, I have to hobble around the house, and I really can't get out and do my exercising like I like to do. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do not break your toes. All right? This is one way to kick off the summer. I really love this and stuff like that. There's no cure for it except time. There's no cast, no nothing, no brace. All I have to do is wrap tape around it and just keep it immobilized. And Tuesday, I had a steroid injection on my lower back, and of course, that was very frightening because it has to be done through an x-ray. And yes, it was a little painful. And then, of course, to top it all off,
Hey, you know what time it is? It's Screamer time!
yes, it is Screamer time already, and unfortunately, all three of the films that I will be reviewing today are Screamers. We start off with the bad, we go to the worst, and then it's just a plain awful. Okay, let's start off with the film that has bad in its title. Of course, I am talking about Bad Kids Go to Hell. See if you haven't heard this one before. 6 high schoolers get to spend a Saturday afternoon in detention inside the school's library. Okay, while they go over why each one of them is there, there is a strange disturbance surrounding them with evil. They claim that the library is cursed and is out to get them. All right, and yes, they start dying one by one. All right, so let's start this off in reverse. All right, what doesn't work in the film? Everything. This is a no-brainer. From the time we meet the students to the time we leave, which is the way the story starts off. You know, the story starts off, we meet the survivor holding an axe with bloody bodies all around him, and at the end, he is still holding the axe with the bloody bodies all around him. All right, now what's really wrong is this student. Okay, this one, our main character. During the course of the film, we find out that this guy is one of those guys or people or whatever person, whatever you'd like to say, who tries to do something right, but it ends up wrong. During one scene, he tries to stop a student's motor wheelchair from running amok by tackling him. The other students see this with the teachers, and they think the guy is either being a bully or a jerk, trying to get attention, and stuff like that, picking on a crippled. All right, when he is brought to the headmaster, who is, are you ready for this one, ladies and gentlemen? Judd Nelson, who is from The Breakfast Club. All right, he makes an appearance from time to time, and that's about it. He's just like playing the principal this time around. From what I told you, you can kind of guess how the ending is. Yes, he's holding the bloody axe, but did he do it? No, but he gets the blame. Okay, that's the worst of the film so far, but unfortunately, it gets even worse after that. Okay, because the tone is terrible. It tries to be a comedy, but I found none of the jokes laughable. It's one of those stupid humor movies. I'm not sure what the writer was trying to produce, but he got a bunch of nothing from nothing. And of course, the grade for this one, F. Big time. The dead feast on human flesh and stop nothing for it. The living, confined to dark corners of the world, must do what it takes to survive. Dying is the only thing left to do at the end of the world. Check out Bled White at BledWhiteMovie.com. I hope everybody's had a chance to see Bled White. I know it's been around the world, believe it or not, it's been around the world. And I mean, I've been around the world, you know, I'm in this film, and I've never left the U.S. and stuff. Later on, maybe I'll show you the Japanese poster of it. And as a matter of fact, I think I will. But it's actually kind of neat. All right, let's go to our next film. Now, we've already seen the bad film. Let's go to something that's even worse. All right? And this film is called Abandoned Mine. All right, it's Halloween night, and friends decide to make it a real scary night. This guy and four others try to camp out in front of an abandoned mine that has been closed for years. And yes, the mine is supposed to be haunted by a family that was trapped inside. When the weather turns bad, they head into the mine for shelter and start to explore it a little bit, of course. All right, they head down a hole, then all of a sudden they're trapped. All right, and then they find other, because they can't get up, so they find another hole, and so they go searching down into that hole, and they go down further into the mine, trying to find their way out. Obstacles create the path more challenging to follow, but they always find some way around it. I wonder why that is. All right. Meanwhile, they keep chilling themselves about ghosts that live in the mine and possible possession of the ghosts that are in there possessing the other girls and stuff like that. And soon, death comes a calling. All right. Now, once again, we're going to do this one in reverse. Okay. Let's. What doesn't work in the film? Everything again. The film starts off as one of those found footage films, in the first person. So, but as we move along, we go into third person mode because you wonder who's holding the camera. I didn't understand that at all. All of a sudden, it just changes on you. All right. Plus, you can see what's going on here. Any good horror fan can guess this one out. Like I said, this is easy to figure out. There's no suspense, no blood, no good killing. There is almost nothing except time of them actually walking through this mine and talking ghost stories. All right, bunch of young adults in a mine trying to get a good scare, like I said. All right, the only thing that works in the film are the actors. Believe it or not, they fit their roles, and their roles are believable. All right, you get the nice looking chick, you get the girl that's massive there, you get the guy and the Hindu and so forth. But overall, it's a waste of time and a waste of money, especially when you can figure this one out. Grade?
Don't forget to check out Plastic. There's my lovely daughter, Tawny. Not only did she play a victim, but she also did all the blood work for the film. You can check out more films at skibofilms.com, where you'll find Blood White and others. See you there.
And let's move along on to our third film, shall we? And of course, like I said, we've seen the bad, we've seen the worst. Now we're just going to go to the plain awful. All right, and this one is entitled Exit to Hell. All right, some small-time robbers rob a strip club, and they make their way to a small town called Redstone. If you do something wrong in this town, the sheriff will come and get you, and of course, he kills you. His name is Slade Sickle, played by Kane Hodder, who you know Kane Hodder mostly through the Jason films. He played Jason in 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, hopefully he'll do another one. I don't know. And of course, once he cuts you up, he'll take you home and feed his family. This film is terrible. The acting is bad. The story is bad. The film is so bad, I turned it off. I had enough of this. Gosh, man, this film is terrible. Avoid it at all costs. Now, look, I'm all for new directors out there trying to show what they can do, but you got to put something of in the film. Have to have something either interesting or impressive to the viewer. This film had nothing. Nothing at all. And for the first time ever, the grade on this film is a TF. A total failure. Do not watch this. Oh boy, after 3 flops, I don't know what more there is to do. So, hey, I hope you liked the Japanese artwork there of the Blood White movie. It is out there in Japan, and if you notice in the lower little left-hand corner, I am there with the guy with the red balloon. That's me. That's me right there. So I made the cover of Blood White, which I'm very proud of, and hopefully one of these days we'll get a copy of that. I'm still waiting. The producer of the film is still waiting for her copy of it. She hasn't gotten it yet. So let's take a look at some artwork, shall we? I thought I'd do a theme here this time around. Of course, I like to do themes. And let's take a look at some Grim Reaper photos, shall we? Or excuse me, artwork, they're not photos. Here we start off with a little creepy looking side view of Grim Reaper here. Can you imagine turning around the corner and seeing this, or even waking up and seeing this image kind of look down to you? I don't know much. The redness really stands out, and the shadowness really, really good. Good detail there. This next one here, I don't know. There, the cards are all laid out for you as he comes to get you up. As you notice around the hood, I like the interior of the hood. It looks like that he's been through roughness, and of course the cards are laid out properly. It looks like something has been buried for a while. Real good. And of course this one here, if you walk around a tree and you see someone coming at you with a light, sort of reminds you of the ferryman. Like maybe there's a boat waiting for behind him or something to take you across the water there, or don't pay the ferryman till you get to the other side. Wasn't that popular song back in the 80s by Christy Berg? But here's my favorite. This is absolutely my favorite. It's really wicked, full of detail, and of course, look at that scythe. How can you not like it? Just wonderful, creepy, scary. Everything there is about horror artwork laid right out in front of you. There is nothing. It is time for a book review. Let's go over this one. Actually, it's going to take a little more into it. I just got done reading this one, and I was actually very, very impressed with this. This one is Maul Lockdown. Now, it's a little different because normally I would go over horror novels by Stephen King, Bentley Little, whatever. But this one is actually a Star Wars novel that is done by Joel Schimmer. Excuse me if I get his last name right. I am not good with names whatsoever. I don't mention a lot of them on here. He is an horror author himself, and he's written Death Troops and Red Harvest, and apparently they are like Star Wars horror novels and stuff. So what's going on here is we have Darth Maul. This takes place before the Phantom Menace, who is still an apprentice of Darth Sidious, and he is assigned to a prison, a galaxy prison where the worst criminals go, to try to find down and track down, what is it? I got it here somewhere. A weapons specialist who is making weapons there inside the prison, and of course assassinate him. However, Maul cannot do this without the Force, or he has to do it without the Force. He cannot use it whatsoever. Or his lightsaber. He's got to fight his way around, because also within this prison, they set up with fights. Now, we've seen this in, like, Sylvester Stallone did a film where he's constantly fighting, or Rob Van Dam and stuff, where they've got to fight inside of the prison, and, everybody bets on him who's going to win and stuff like that. So Maul has to use his training and his talent to get out and survive, take care of his mission. And there is a lot of other things going on in this prison that Maul starts to uncover. Jabba the Hutt makes an appearance, and there is some kind of... There's like this... Okay, I'm going to come out and say there's like this huge white worm in the prison, too. And that's all the farther I can go with that. But this was actually great. It was a good page tuner. I was really going at it. I was like, holy cow, the guy writes beautifully. Explains everything wonderful. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to check it out. If it's a horror fan, I recommend checking it out because it's different. Like I said, this is the first one. I will go on and read Death Troopers, and I will go on and read Red Harvest. But this is truly different for any type of Star Wars type fan. Even if you're a horror fan, check this out. It's fun.